So hey, my name's Joe.
And my name's Joey. To experience the real Canada, you need to experience Via Rail, as it's just as much a part of travelling Canada as the provinces, cities and people themselves.
Welcome aboard the ocean.
Some of the best rail routes in the world effortlessly combine comfort with adventure with wonder. Via trains run from coast to coast and give easy access to Canada's provinces and, most importantly, a doorway into the wild. The ocean runs in both directions year-round between Halifax, Nova Scotia and Montreal, Quebec, as well as to many stops en route over a total of 20 hours. It connects Nova Scotia with New Brunswick, which as a starter leaves you with more possibilities for an epic adventure than you can shake a travel guide at.
Travelling with Via Rail is all part of the Canadian experience, so let us show you around.
So whether travelling on a budget or spending that little bit extra for a more luxurious experience, Via cater for all. First of all, economy class. Economy class lets you enjoy the basics of Via Rail. A reclining seat with ample legroom with a panoramic window is the most affordable way to travel Via. You have access to the comfortable lounge cars as well, which are there to help you relax, enjoy and experience Via as an essential part of your trip. If you're making the whole journey on the ocean though, then you might want to experience sleeper class, giving you your own cabin to relax in, and by night a very comfortable night's sleep. There are also deluxe cabins with ensuite shower available. In peak season there is also Sleeper Plus class, which not only includes your own 2-berth cabin, but also includes all your meals in the restaurant car and some refreshments. Though even if you're not travelling Sleeper Plus class, food and drink is available to purchase throughout your journey. In peak season, if you're travelling Sleeper Plus class, the Ocean's onboard staff give informal talks teaching you about the wealth of culture and history of the maritime provinces, the fantastic wines that its finest vineyards produce, and give you tastes of some of the province's finest foods, so you can learn whilst you travel too. In high season, the Ocean also features a panoramic dome park car, which is available to Sleeper Plus class customers only. Boasting 3 different lounges, it lies at the end of each Ocean train and is truly one of the most relaxing and enjoyable places to be. The panoramic dome itself is of course the highlight. All of the rural beauty of Canada simply glides by from morning until night. Up here there are probably few better ways to get from A to B. Now for the journey itself. The real selling point of the Via Rail Ocean, and one of its most important features, are the 2 awe-inspiring provinces that it runs between. Before we boarded the Ocean, we started our trip on the road across Nova Scotia. We started in the beautiful city of Halifax, spending a few days here exploring all that it has to offer in and around this incredible city. We then set off visiting the southern shores of Peggy's Cove, Mahone Bay and the stunning town of Lunenburg. From there we ventured across Nova Scotia into the Annapolis Valley, where we visited vineyards and the historical site of Grand Pre. We continued venturing up towards Pictou and enjoying a short stay at the Tidal Rafting Park on the Shubenacadie River, where we did get a little more than we bargained for, before then setting off into the northern highlands of Cape Breton Island, which beholds some of the greatest roads we've had the pleasure to journey down. You should ideally spend a good few days here exploring, but we headed back to Halifax for part 2 of our journey, the Via Rail Ocean.
So we're back in Halifax now. We're about to board the Via Rail Ocean train, which takes us to our next stop, Moncton, New Brunswick.
The Ocean is a fantastic bridge between these provinces, as it allowed us to reflect on all that we had seen and experienced in Nova Scotia. It's an incredibly relaxing way to travel, effortless in fact, and allowed us to start looking forward to the next part of our journey in New Brunswick.
So we've arrived in Moncton on the Via Rail Ocean, and now it's time to continue our journeys in New Brunswick.
We hit the road straight away, journeying down to Hopewell Rocks to see its incredible Fundy tides in action. The wild waters of Cape Enrage followed, before stopping for a few days in the soulful town of St Andrews. Here we enjoyed a couple of days of real adventure and wonder, before heading off to the historical settlement of King's Landing, taking in the rich history of New Brunswick and then continuing onwards to the vibrant city of Fredericton. The Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival was in town when we arrived, which captures all that this province is about, inviting, cultured and fun, and this was simply an atmosphere we did not want to leave. But we had to, and for one final trip that realises all of the province's beauty, the Fundy National Park. An area of wilderness that gives you something new around every turn. A truly incredible sight and the best way to finish our trip across New Brunswick.
From here, we headed back to Moncton, where we once again boarded the Rail Ocean and headed onwards to the last and final stop of our trip, Montreal, Quebec. Of course though, this is our adventure and doesn't have to be yours. For example, you can just journey on the ocean from one end to the other, taking in some incredible scenery as you glide on by. Or you can make it part of a much bigger journey across these provinces, as the opportunity for exploration is simply limitless.
So, we've now arrived in Montreal, the last stop on the ocean and the end of our journey. We've truly had an amazing adventure.
We really have, and we've seen and done so much, and yet we've only just touched upon just a few of the activities and experiences you can see and do in these incredible provinces.
Canada is a country full of untapped wonder and exploration. Travelling with Rail made it effortless and, more importantly, enjoyable. It's a great way to see not only the beautiful provinces of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, but the whole of Canada from a spectacular viewpoint. Their trains travel all across Canada, taking in some of the country's finest scenery and most vibrant cities, including Toronto, Ottawa, Winnipeg, Jasper and Vancouver, all whilst you enjoy it in absolute comfort. Timetables and route maps can be found on their website, and remember, travelling with Via opens the door to many incredible adventures. There's literally something here for everyone, and it's yours to discover.